Okay, Pranhandal Pawb, good afternoon. My name is Jodie. I've just started my second year as a PhD student here at USW, and I'm also a lecturer at Bridgend College. The college I work in is a further education college, and further education is any post-compulsory education, which can range from entry-level qualifications all the way up to level 6 degree, whereas higher education, what you're all engaging in, which is level 4+. It usually takes place in HEIs like USW, but can also take place within further education establishments. Part of my role as a lecturer is to deliver on these provisions. And what I'm interested in is this an opportunity to widen participation? So government policy is focused on increasing participation in higher education since about the 60s. In more recent decades, we look at how we can use tools to widen participation to what we might consider as disadvantaged groups within society. So when you deliver a presentation, you have to consider your audience, and what a diverse audience we have here today. So many different areas of specialism within the room. Okay, so all I aim to do really is to give you an overview of my research. And to do that, I'll give you a little bit of insight into current research in the fields, to consider methodology that I've used, to look at findings, and then to start thinking about some conclusions. This isn't concluded yet. Okay, so this is an ongoing process. So just to give a little bit of context then. So as the beginning of the journey of my PhD, I've conducted a pilot study aiming to encapsulate the views of staff delivering this HE in FE provision. And my findings aim to inform future research exploring the experiences of learners, and importantly, identifying what works. The setting then, so our college is an experienced provider of HE and FE, providing this for over 70 years, with the initial introduction of HNCs in 1948. We currently offer 31 courses in 7 curriculum areas. So when looking at some of the existing research in the field, some key researchers in this area, for example, Bathmaker, describes how colleges reach out to non-traditional HE learners, delivering locally relevant, vocationally higher level skills. Young et al. Advocated for the more personalised nature, where tutors have high level of contact times. And Rox and Lavender then proposed the opportunity to engage in HE through FE, serving as a catalyst for growth. Really importantly for me, my background is psychology, not only intellectually, but also socially and emotionally. Their research indicated that all research participants, to varying degrees, experienced some significant shift in attributes such as confidence, independence, and willingness to try new things. And as educating myself, I believe it's not just about the knowledge that people experience, it's about the whole journey. So I've used the term non-traditional learners. I just want to throw it out to the audience a second. When I use the term non-traditional learners, does anyone want to give me some ideas of what that means to you? Anyone? A non-traditional learner? Yes, please. Disability. Possibly someone with disabilities. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah. Late developers. Did you mean returning to education at a later stage? Yeah, absolutely. Any more? Yeah. People lacking self-confidence to come onto a course. Absolutely. People who have a lack of self-belief in their abilities. Yeah, so non-traditional learners then. So Cross, St Thomas and Hegney describe non-traditional learners as first generation students. So the first in family to take that higher education journey. Mature students, as we rightly said, those returning to education at a later age. Possibly disabled students, single parents, and those from low income and minority ethnic groups. Parietal then similarly suggests non-traditional learners are older, more likely to be studying part-time and to have come from areas of low engagement in higher education. And that represents quite a large percentage of our cohort that attend HE in FE. So I formulated my research questions. These are not my final questions for my PhD. These were from my pilot study. So looking at the benefits and challenges of delivering HE and FE, thinking about the training and development needs of the staff, to be both competent and confident in that delivery, and to think about the needs of the HE in FE learner cohort. So to conduct my research then, my methodology. First of all, I obtained ethical approval using the faculty ethics subgroup through USW. Then I adapted purposive sampling. So I identified key people in college who were involved both strategically and operationally in the delivery as my sample, which resulted in 7 staff members. I conducted semi-structured interviews that were recorded, wonderful world of digital technology now, so recorded and transcribed, and then the data was analysed, thematic analysis using NVivo software, highly recommend if anybody is looking at thematic analysis. And I have identified themes which I've incorporated under 3 main contexts: right learner, right setting, right support. First of all, to look at the right learner then. So existing research in the field identifies, for example, Lawson, how learners tend to be mature and, as the lady at the front rightly said, lacking confidence in their identities as a learner. Cotton, Nash and Neil then discussed how the unfamiliarity, just look at the size of this campus. Okay, so coming to something that's unfamiliar can impact more significantly on non-traditional learners. Some of the results from my survey then.
A lot of our students tend to be mature students, so they're people who haven't necessarily gone through the traditional route through to HE. They might have worked for a few years, then decided they want to come back into education. The FE setting suits a lot of non-traditional learners, a lot more than your HE setting. So somebody who's come through school and they've gone to college rather than staying on to A-levels, then university. College is a very different setting and it's a different environment. It suits some people more than the formal lectures.
So we're starting to identify the right learner for this HE in FE cohort. What about the right setting then? So some key points highlighted: the on-site facility. So for example, our animal care provision actually has a working farm on site. The accessibility in terms of localities. Students often can attend our college within a 10, 15, half-hour minute drive, walk, okay? It's more accessible to local communities.
They tend to be delivered in FE for that vocational context. The tutors who are delivering it tend to have more vocational experience than you would find in university lecturers, and they tend to be more practical and academic. So from a delivery point of view, FE colleges are broadly set up far better. We've got the resources.
They've got families who may have jobs, they've got things to tie them to this area, which is why they don't want to look at that extra travel.
It is the element of flexibility, I think, of giving students who wouldn't be able to access university, but be able to access FE because of flexibility of timings and the way that the college views learning as something that is an ongoing fostering of future learning.
As well as the right setting, it was identified the need for the right support. Lee and Simmons discussed the distinctiveness of HE and FE in offering supportive pedagogic relationships. And this was supported in the research, with all participants referring to the benefits of having smaller group sizes and the opportunity for pastoral support. I'm just going to skip through these audios now, but just to give you an idea, one of the main things about our college is we deliver to a class size of 20 to 30, as opposed to perhaps in a HEI, you might have a lecture hall of 200 to 300 people. So it gives us that opportunity to give really enhanced levels of support to these learners. It is, of course, not without challenges. Avis and all referred to working conditions of HE and FE teachers, highlighting issues of limited time and space for scholarship research. I am doing this in addition to my FE role, that sometimes when you work within a HEI, it can be incorporated into your job role. And further highlighted some common themes as barriers, including the lack of resources and the accessibility to materials and time to take part in scholarly activity.
HE given more time to mark, and they can take holidays when they want for it, whereas we're governed by the FE timetable. I spend the beginning and the end of my summer attending course boards when I'm actually on leave from my job. So yeah, there are some challenges, I think, delivering it from a lecturer's point of view.
Again, I'm going to skip through a couple of
We
points
just
here,
don't have the
because what I want to do is give you sort of an end note. So this has come from one of the participants in the study. She states it's very heartwarming, for want of better words, to see them progress and to watch them develop from like a level 2 or 3, level 3 course all the way through. I love teaching the range of levels and seeing the students progress. My next step is to engage in focus groups with learners, the importance of the learner voice. When I was attending this conference, I've got a learner who's been with us from level 2. She's done level 2, level 3, level 4. She is now progressing to complete her psychology degree at this university. And I asked her, just give me a few words to sum up your experience. I was overwhelmed with what she provided me with, and she agreed that I could share it with you today.
I struggled at school and left at 16 to attend Bridgend College. I successfully completed level 3 in health and social care and was encouraged to further my education to degree level. I considered applying to a university, but was fortunate that Bridgend College offered the same course. I have ASD and change can be overwhelming. The option to remain at Bridgend College suited my needs. I have now completed my foundation degree and I believe that I made the right choice. The transition from FE to HE was seamless, and the support available to me from the lecturers was amazing. The lecturers are always available, whether by email or in person. The lecturers are smaller and there are fewer students than a typical university campus, and this enabled me to form relationships that I know will stay with me forever. My decision to study HE at Bridgend College is the best that I've made. My confidence has grown and I am now ready for the next chapter in my life. I have enrolled at a university to complete my degree and I'm prepared for the challenge. I have Bridgend College to thank and would recommend studying HE there.
We're the value, the impact of our research, and that for me summarises the importance of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Just while I take any questions, if anybody has any experiences of HE and FE, perhaps from their own, their family members, perhaps from the students that they teach. If you do have anything that you'd like to share with me, please do just take a photo of the QR code and it'll take you to a Google form, which will give the opportunity to just give your views. And I intend to use this as an additional tool to inform my research. Thank you for your time.